Family, what's happening? I am in Tezal right now, and it's a beautiful day in November, checking out some pre-construction, new construction in the lower Tezal area. And I wanted to point out a couple of things. So I'm up on the rooftop of a building that I believe is fully sold out. All right, here's the rooftop pool. This is, I believe, Vista Azul. And you can see that's Cabo Bello right there, right by the turnabout. You go down and that's the Cape Hotel. Great views to the arch. Okay, what I want to show you is, look at this. This was just built out. And then look what's going right here. So imagine having, you know, third, fourth floor right here, thinking you're gonna have an ocean view, and then you're staring at the back of that tower. And what I'm gonna show you in the next video is this building. Guess what's going up right in front of it? And conveniently, right after this building got finished, then they launched the project. So it's really, how do you guarantee that you're gonna have an ocean view in Cabo? There's a lot of things, you know, some projects have an arroyo next to them. You cannot build in an arroyo. As my attorney friend Eduardo Tapia says, yes, you can guarantee an ocean view when you build right on the beach, right? Because nobody can build in front of you. But in Cabo, you just gotta be very aware of where you're buying. Because a lot of these people, and to the credit, I don't think people that sold these knew that this project was going to pop up, but you just have to be aware and be very transparent that this view that you think you're going to have will not be there in the future. Okay, so I'm going to walk by and show you another project, Torre Catalina, that's going up right in front of this Vista Azul. One of the great things about the Tezal area is that it's a mountain, you know, it goes up. So, and with restrictions on building, generally a lot of this area is zoned 2 to 4 stories. You know, you're generally going to have protected views depending on where you go. This tower right here is 6 stories, but a lot of these close to the interstate are. You can see this one's right up on the interstate. And most people that bought in this tower, Vista Azul, were buying for Airbnbs. You know, it's an investment property. But I just wanted to show you, going up right in front of it is Torre Catalina. And what happens in Cabo too is a lot of times people will pay money to get a project to go a floor or 2 higher than it's supposed to be. So you have these projects where the land might be zoned for 2 stories, and then it goes up to 3 stories, right? And that could be a payment on the table. And if I'm being honest, I know that happens in the US as well. But anyway, look, so this would be the pool area. Once again, most of these buyers bought for Airbnb purposes, but you already have the frame going up, the foundation for this tower right here. And that's gonna block, not all of these, but you know, there's definitely some people that bought in there and thought they were gonna have a very good view of the arch. Once again, since this is so close to the interstate, a lot of people weren't buying here to live, they were buying for investment. And you can see that looks like a, you know, around a 20 unit condo complex. So the whole point of this video is to remind you, work with somebody who's going to be honest with you and let you know what risks, especially when it comes to an ocean view, are going to have. There's a lot of people that sell these projects, you know, that's the only thing they're selling. So they're going to try to use that any way they can to sell you that specific project. That's why I like to work with somebody who's has no restrictions and can sell wherever they want on the entire MLS, right? But just be very aware of that going forward. And I think a lot of people here hope that in the future we see a little bit better management, so that You know, if an area is zoned for 2, 3, or 4 stories, it's going to stay like that, right? But just be aware when you're buying projects, and I'm not going to name anything, but there's certain projects that are happening in Tezal, and they can market it as ocean view because right now. But if it's like a single or 2-story house and you've got open land in front for, you know, 3 football fields, what do you think is going to happen in the future? So once again, just, you know, make sure you're doing your due diligence and make sure that your salesperson is familiar with the area and knows and presents all the risks to you for that particular condo or house. But I will see you guys next time. Have a good one. Hasta la vista. And just one more thing too, if you happen to buy in one of those projects or a project in the future where something like that is happening, do I particularly think that those condos lose value? I think if you're buying pre-construction in a good spot, you're still going to have that value there. I just don't think they're going to appreciate as much as they could. So I don't necessarily think there's lost value just because you still have a shortage, which is why so many people are buying pre-construction, right? So I wouldn't get too worried if that was you. And I'm not saying that to my clients because I haven't sold anything in that area. But I wouldn't act like it's the end of the world either. I think you can still have that. For example, if those are going to be rental Airbnbs, I don't think that'll be an issue. And I think as more and more projects sprout up in that particular area, you have more, you know, commercial stuff that'll pop up, convenience stores, restaurants, which will make it easier for that place to be rented out, whether that's long term or short term. And that's just my thoughts. If you did happen to buy in a project that has its view blocked, I don't think each situation is different, but I wouldn't act like it's the end of the world either.